What up, YouTube? This is Enzo Rides. Today we're making a video on my 22 WRX. We are going to be installing the ETS intake system for this thing along with the Cobb access port. I already have a off-the-shelf tune from Drunkman Tuning that I got a couple days ago. I loaded it up on the AP. It's just been chilling. I actually haven't even ran the access port on this car yet just because, you know, just been waiting, I guess. As some of you may know, the Pro Tuner software or whatever was just released from Cobb about a week ago, and or a couple weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. So people have been doing, you know, their thing, tuning these cars and everything. Me personally, I am just I'm not full bolt-ons. I mean, I only had the intake, so I haven't really been tripping on, you know, getting a Pro Tune just yet. I was running the Extreme Turbo Systems intake for my WRX a couple months ago when it first came out. I think the car had about 700 miles on it. I did about 400 miles on that setup before I started getting, I wouldn't say some issues. I had one issue. I got a check engine light coming out of a driveway, low speeds. The weather was different. I don't know if that, you know, accounted for anything. It was like hot all week. Everything was running fine. And then it got real cold. I'm in SoCal, you know. Real cold to us is like, what, like 60 degrees, 50 degrees. It got real cold, and coming out of the driveway, car stalled, got a check engine light. I was able to turn the car back on. I think it was in limp mode. I'm not too sure, just because the hospital I came out of was only about 3-4 streets, so 3-4 blocks away. I didn't push the car too hard. I was shifting before like 2,000 RPM, so I don't really know. It kind of felt like it was in limp mode. I don't know. I didn't push the car too hard. I just wanted to make sure I got back home. Got back home. I went ahead and swapped everything back to stock. I took it to Subaru the next day. They couldn't find out why the check engine light was on. They didn't know why. They said there was a check engine light, but it turned off, I guess. Or they reset it and it never happened again. I'm at 3,000 miles. It hasn't happened again. I've been running the stock intake since then. That's why I went ahead and I purchased the off-the-shelf tune from Drunkman Tuning, just because they already accounted for the ETS intake. You know, DAM seems to be pretty good. Air-fuel ratios, pretty safe. I've heard good things, so I want to try that. Again, I'm not full bolt-on, so I'm not trying to Pro Tune right now at the moment. I just want to run my intake. You know, I spent good money on that intake. I'm trying to run that shit. And we'll see how it feels after. I haven't even ran the Cobb off-the-shelf tunes with the stock. I just haven't, just because that check engine light kind of gave me like got me a little sketch at first. So, and you know, this FA24 motors, it's not new, but it is new to the WRX, and I don't know. I just don't want to take any chances and fuck my shit up, pretty much. You know, I just don't know, but we'll see though. I've heard good things with this this off-the-shelf tune from Drunkman, so I'm gonna run it and see how it goes. So let me show you. So this is a stock setup right now. Got the air intake box right there. You know, everything's stock on this car. I have a pitch mount. I haven't a pitch stop mount or whatever that I haven't even installed yet from Heron. It's over there chilling. I did recently throw the NVIDIA R400 catback system on. Super dope. I like it. Not as loud as I would like, but I mean, it does the job. You know what I'm saying? Stock intercooler. Was thinking about pulling the trigger on the Cobb one. Not too sure yet. You know, I want to see how this goes. You know, once I'm full bolt-on, maybe I'll eventually get Pro Tuned. We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to run something pretty, you know, just give me a little more oomph, a little more fun. This is my daily driver. I don't want to fuck it up. And, you know, we'll see. That's why I'm kind of sketchy even, like, doing this right now, because I don't want to blow the motor and then, you know, they deny my warranty or whatever. I've heard good things, bad things. You know what I'm saying? I heard Subaru Vervine. It's pretty dope on that shit. You know, they're okay, I guess. But I'm guessing Ontario Subaru's fucking not gonna have that shit at all. They didn't even want to help me when I got my first check engine light. I mean, the car had, like I said, 1,000-something miles. The dude was like, "Oh, bro, we gotta run some, you know, some Q&R on it and see how you were driving it, bro." Because, you know, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? How hard could I have driven the car? You know, it was braking period. You know, I just, you know, whatever. You know, got the car back. They were like, "Oh, we can't find nothing wrong." I'm like, dude, yeah. They were jackasses in Ontario. I mean, I'm just being honest. If, you know, good service when I bought the car, but when I took it in, you know, they were being fucking, I don't know. I get it. This car has a rep for little fuckers just smashing and breaking these things up, you know. This is my first Subaru, so I don't know. I'm not pushing it too hard. I get on it a little bit, but again, I'm at 3,000 miles now. My shit's broken. The first 1,000, I took it easy. Just like I said, I just installed the intake. You know, maybe I shouldn't have done it so early, but I did. And, you know, I ran that shit. I didn't go, like, super fast. Cruise freeway speeds. I like to hear the little flutter and stuff. It was nice. And like I said, it ran good for like 400 miles, but as soon as that weather changed, I got that little issue. But haven't had an issue since. I'm running on stock again. I've had plenty new cars over the years. I think this is like my 5th brand new car. I usually lease and then just trade them back in. This one I actually bought. And I've never had an issue with none of my new cars. Never once. And then this shit happened. So now I'm like, fuck. And then, you know, I'm on the forums on Facebook. I see a lot of dudes talking shit on Subaru and the reliability. I mean, they still own Subarus. It's wild to me. You know, like, if you know that the reliability's not good, you're still buying a fucking, you know, a Subaru. And that's for the warranty, that's your issue. But I just got kind of sketched because I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna build this shit. I'm gonna run it because I've never had no issues with my new cars. But I'm hoping these FA24s aren't duds in the long run. They seem to be making some pretty fucking solid power. I think, you know, some of you guys seen Prime Motoring. They're coming out with like almost, you know, I think they're like what, almost 400 horsepower maybe on fucking E30. You know, they're tuning their shit pretty good. Full bolt-ons, you know, but they're running it hard, taking it to the track. They haven't seemed to have any issues, so hopefully that's a good sign. Gotta get the Harley in there, you know what I'm saying? So, got the whole intake system right here. We're gonna go ahead and try to install it. It's just me out here, so I can't really fucking film the install, but you know, just boom, boom, comes off. Screw this bitch out. Take it off down there, a couple clamps. Little bolt right there, take that whole bitch off, pulls out. It's easier if you lift the car up and then you just go underneath. A couple clips under there just to put on to the turbo. A little piping and stuff makes it a lot easier, but I mean, it's really simple to install. I'd love to record it, but I just don't have another person here to help me, so let's see how it goes. What's up, YouTube? This is Enzo Rides. We're continuing yesterday's video on the ETS intake install along with the Cobb AP. So I was on crunch time yesterday. I did go ahead and get the intake installed. It wasn't as easy as it was the first time, only because I took my time. I made sure everything lined up correctly. The first time I installed it, the actual, you know, the filter was actually pointed towards the back at an angle, so it was kind of going this way. This time I got it straight up in the air. It was nice. It did take a little more time just because I had to go down there, make some adjustments, you know, line it up, make sure everything was good. But it did go on this time. I'm not running the protective air box right now. I'll do that later when I have more time on my days off or something. I didn't have a chance to install the Cobb access port. I did just kind of drive it to work real easy. I was a little traumatized from the first time I installed it, and I got a check engine light. I'm assuming that was from an MAF problem, just because a couple weeks ago, I think ETS, the company, actually came out and they said, hey, you know, we're noticing, you know, now that it's mainstream and it's out there, people are running these things. We're noticing that some people, not all people, are having some problems. I think it's due to temperature change or something like that. The inlet is supposed to be the MAF housing is supposed to be the same exact size as stock. So, you know, that's where they kind of assume like there's not going to be any problems. But I guess there was some type of problems. You know, obviously the intake's pulling in more air. Even though the housing is the same size, you're still getting more air. So there was actually a coupler that they were sending out to people for free. You can insert it, and supposedly I was supposed to take care of your problems. I'm not too sure. So I'm really assuming that the first time I got a check engine light and the motor stalled, I'm guessing it's due to that. I didn't have an OBD2 sensor or reader at the time, so I wasn't able to bring up the code myself. And, you know, it only had 1,000 miles. So I was like, I'm just going to take it into Subaru and see what they say about it, you know. But we put the ETS intake back on. It's looking good. Let's see. I'll flip it around right now and show you guys. I'm going to be installing the access port right now before work. I have work today. But we're going to go ahead and get that done before. Damn. Got some damage to the damn plastics already. I don't know if you guys have any damage to your plastics already, but it looks like I got something. Something hit my car. That's whack. All right, let's see. Let's flip it around for you guys. Boom, here's the car. Show you guys what I'm talking about. Check this shit out, man. This is grimy, bro. What the fuck is that? I'm about to cry. Damn. If you guys got any ideas on how to fix that, drop them in the comments below, please, because that's probably gonna bother me the rest of the time I own in the car. I'm pretty anal about my stuff. I know I shouldn't be. This is a daily. Get over it, yeah. But I mean, it's my car, man. Let's see. Let's pop the trunk. I mean the hood. Show you guys what I'm talking about. How it lined up real good. Yeah. A little dirty right there, but you know, still pretty fresh. Oh yeah, check it out. That's how the short shifter looks. The billet works. The red, it looks really good. Looks really good. Okay, let's come over here. I really like this hood just because it has the nice little struts and it just beautiful. Check me out. Here we go. You can see what I mean when I say it lined up really perfect this time. I didn't get it to line up that good the first time. I'm not running the cover right now just because I don't have enough time, obviously. I'll get it taken care of later. I do like that OEM look. But I also really like the way this sounds without the cover. It sounds good, man. That turbo spool is nasty. Let's see, if we look down there, you can see where it's on. It took some time to get it right and straight up in the air. The first time I did it, it was actually touching this way. It was going backwards, you know. It was a little rough installing this time around just because I made sure everything was perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some engine bay cap covers because this shit is ugly, right? I'm sure you guys all agree with me. But it does sound really good. I didn't have any problems. It was cold last night. It's been cold in California. I mean, cold for us is like 40, you know, during the day, around 60. It's pretty cold though for us. Drastic temperature change than when I was first running the intake. So I didn't have any problems though, you know, so that's always nice. We'll get that access port loaded up right now. I'm super sketched about this just because, you know, once I run that access port, that's over for me, bro. I only got like 3,000 miles on this thing, and then that's void warranty. I don't expect this thing to give me problems, but you just never know, you know. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get that loaded up. I'm not gonna record that just because there's plenty of videos you guys can go, you know, search YouTube and check it out. And then drive the car tonight, tomorrow, give another review, probably a separate video, and we'll see how it goes, man. I do have that pair and pitch stop. I gotta install that. I'll probably do a video on that too. I could probably be able to get that. I heard it's easy. A couple bolts right there. Take the intercooler off and then swap the stock one out. It's nice. I also gotta get that that plate, little shifter plate installed. I heard that reduces the throw even more. I'm at like a 30% reduction right now. I heard once that plate goes in, it's about 55 total. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Good looking, YouTube. All right, guys, moment of truth. Got the Cobb access port installed under there. 8% complete. We're gonna be running the Drunkman flash off the shelf. Stage 1 for the ETS intake. So I talked to Anthony, I think. Anthony Berry, he's the one. I don't know if I'm sure he's the main tuner for Drunkman tuning. I think that's his whole thing. I actually talked to him for quite a bit on Instagram, and you know, I just kind of was like, what's the difference between this off the shelf with the intake and a pro tune? And you know, he kind of told me like where I'm at in California and stuff like that. I really, you know, he didn't recommend the pro tune just yet, maybe just because my mods and stuff. He kind of told me, he was like, look dude, try the off the shelf one, you know, and see how you like it first. Because he was telling me, I mean, he's getting like plus 10, plus 15 horsepower, plus 20 torque, I believe, off the Cobb stage 1 with 91. So, I mean, he kind of just told me, like, bro, try this first. Let me know how it goes. You know, if you like it, I mean, just run that. He's like, especially if it's your daily driver, you might not need more power than that. And he was like, if you do, you know, if you don't, you want to come back, he was like, the only thing I would recommend, if you're going to pro tune for E30, because that's where you're going to see massive gains, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I want to go that hard. I mean, I'm already kind of sketch going this hard right now, you know. I mean, I do like reliability. I'm not one of those people who have like 7-8 grand chilling for a new motor. I mean, mind you, I mean, if I needed to, I could make it happen, but I really don't want to. But I still want to have fun with my car, you know. I'm sure a lot of you guys are stuck in between those decisions too. So, you know, we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully everything runs smooth. I heard this runs pretty smooth. You shouldn't run the intake if you're not running a tune. I mean, you shouldn't even run the intake with, you know, I heard just the Cobb off the shelf tune, you should actually get tuned for the intake. So, and that's all I'm running right now. I don't have any plans on buying an intercooler anytime soon or a downpipe, just because they're crazy expensive, and I'm kind of happy where I'm at right now. So I figured, you know, let's just run this off the shelf, see how it treats us, see how it goes. You know, we'll go from there. So, but all right, once this finishes up, I'll check back, give you guys my review on everything. That'll probably be a separate video. If you like this type of content, you know, subscribe, like the video, help me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow this page and shit. Hopefully it'd be pretty dope. Yeah, man. And, you know, I like talking to all you guys. So if you guys got any comments or anything, questions or whatever, if you guys just want to chat it up, hit me in the comments, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. So, all right.